my computer. So hopefully this works out well. So it's official. I'm streaming from my cell phone and from my computer today. It's my first time doing this. So hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully the internet, you know, holds, nothing goes crazy. So I'm gonna give this a shot and see how this goes. I'm doing something for the first time in history. So, it's Memorial Day weekend. Everybody, most people out and about, hanging with their loved ones, friends, family, etc. So I thought, being that I'm back home, and I thought I'd do something different. So here it is. So I thought about, lately I've been getting a lot of questions from a lot of people that want to know about how do you get more views on your YouTube channel? How do you get more views to your website? How do you get more views to your offer you may have online? And if you don't notice, I have a new book that's coming out. It's all about what I'm about to talk about today. And the thing is, regardless of what you may have online, or whether you just getting started, or maybe you might be thinking about getting started, or maybe you're a professional, you have to be consistent. You have to be willing to do something over and over and over and over again to have some major breakthrough. That's what I've found. That's what I've found to work over the years. Regardless of what you have. So let's assume that whatever you have, somebody wants. Somebody wants to buy, somebody's searching for, someone's interested. So let's assume that, right? After you have a proven concept, something that somebody willing to pay for, or something that somebody's searching for online, your job is to consistently get in front of those people over and over and over and over again. You have to figure out or find out where those people are hanging out at online, their location, where they live, who they follow, or what groups they may be in. And once you figure out where they at, you have to consistently show up over and over and over and over again. And see, I found that one of the toughest things for most people is showing up. The showing up part is the toughest thing for most people, because most people don't have the discipline to show up over and over and over again. And see, showing up and doing the same thing over and over again is boring for a lot of people. That's what they would say. They don't like doing the same thing over and over again. I don't think anybody does. But that's what it's going to take for you to get the results that you want. You have to be consistent. You have to be disciplined. That's what this book is about. That's what this book is about. It comes out July the 3rd. July the 3rd. This book comes out. And see, I talk about the talent. Talent itself is not going to really get you where you want to be in life. Consistently, you have to show up over and over again. Because there's a whole lot of talented people out here. but they don't have no discipline. So eventually they usually fall off. And somebody behind them that don't have all the talent, but they have the discipline, and they keep showing up over and over again, and the talented person get left by the wayside. That's what usually happens. So like and share this video. Like and share this video. Like I said, I'm streaming on my cell phone, and I'm also streaming on LinkedIn as well. So I'm streaming from my computer, and I'm streaming from my cell phone. It's something I've never done before. So like and share this video. Smash the like button. Hello from Romania. Alright, salute from Romania. Hey, and tell me where you from. Tell me where you from in the chat. Tell me where you from. Where you from? Where you from in the chat? Tell me where you from. I wanna hear where you from. Tell me where you from. Tell me where you're from. From Romania. I don't know anybody that lives in Romania. I'm married, 32 years old, 2 daughters. I like running as a sport, but my really messed up problem is that I am addicted to corn. Any advice? Addicted to corn. That's funny. I don't know. I'm not a dietitian. I can't help you with that. I don't know. Chicago, Canada, Ram, Minister. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm on your, I think you have an email list, a newsletter that I might be on. Yeah, Ram, I think so. Yeah, I got $2. So if you got $2, man, if that's all you got, you're in trouble. You got $2 left, man, you're in trouble. Yeah, for real. Hey, the struggle's real out here, man. Hey, you need more than $2 to get this. I'm sorry. Amazon.com, baby. July 3rd. The cockroach marker. Yeah, I've been sitting on this book for 10 years. 10 years before I actually released it. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's late. It's a 12-hour time, 13-hour time difference. If you live in India, you know what I'm saying? What up, Joe? Yeah. But yeah, talent by itself is overrated, in my opinion. A lot of times, people think, okay, if I have the talent, I should be okay. But not if you don't have the discipline. You know what I'm saying? That's where most people fall by the wayside. It takes more than just talent when it comes to being on social media, when it comes to being on the internet. You have to have discipline, and you have to be organized. Yeah, if you can kind of get away with not being organized, but you can't get away with the discipline. You can't get away with the discipline. That's gonna hold you back. The discipline part is gonna hold you back if you're not disciplined enough. You might, even if you're a slacker, you might be able to get over to a certain extent. But if you want to maximize your full potential, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you do, you have to be disciplined if you want to be a high achiever. I just haven't seen anybody raise above their full potential at a high level and be a slacker forever. I just haven't seen it. Maybe it exists, but I haven't. I don't know anybody that's a slacker, but they might be doing well, but if they were disciplined enough, that'd probably be 10 times better than they are today. But it's the discipline. You consistently showing up. And it doesn't have to be every day. It can be every week. It can be twice a week. It can be 3 times a week. Whatever that schedule looks like to you. You know what I'm saying? And smash the like button. Whatever that schedule looks like. And I've realized that most people need structure. Most people need structure. Most people can't rely on just will and skill and no. Most people need structure. Or just rely on the clock, the alarm clock that they use every morning. No, that's not enough for most people. Most people need to be held accountable by a structure, by a person, but alarm clock can't do it for most people. Yeah, that might wake them up after the 3rd, 4th ring, but over time, it's gonna hold you back if you don't consistently have enough discipline to do what it takes for you to perform at the highest level. I'm telling you. That's what I've found to work. And see, I'm a practical thinking guy. I find out what works, and I just keep doing it until it doesn't work anymore. As long as it's working, I'm going to keep doing it. And when it stops not working so well, I adapt. I make changes. But I always keep moving forward. I always keep moving forward. And you have to understand, when I first came online, I didn't know anybody. I never went to an event until about 2 years afterwards. And this is like 2007. 2005 when I came online. 2007 I went to a first public event, and through that event I met people that I've been seeing online for a long time, and they made me a believer. They made me believe that, hey, you can do this. Not only can you do this, you can eventually you be able to do it better than me. They made me a believer. They saw something in me that I didn't see in myself at the time. I appreciate a lot of those people. A lot of them have gotten older. Some of them have passed away. Rest in peace to them. But those people were a stepping stone to me just becoming a better person, living a different life, a better life in certain cases, and I would say in most cases, because at the time, I'm working a 9-to-5 job, and I never could make enough money. I never could make enough money to pay my bills. That's where I was at. I mean, I might have had, look, once I was done paying all my bills, if I could pay all the bills, I had like what? less than $100 left. Think about that. I had like, and I'm getting paid every 2 weeks now on my job. I got $50 left, $60 left, $40 left, $20 left. And I got 2 more weeks before I get paid. So I gotta put gas in my car, I gotta buy food. And at the time, I didn't even have a credit card. I couldn't get a credit card, man. I couldn't get a credit card because I had bad credit. So I couldn't get a credit card, man. So whatever I had to do had to be cash. Cash rules everything around me. That's where I was at the time. I didn't really have no support from a lot of people like that. Because the people that I knew, if their money was low, they would come to me. So if the people around me are coming to me when their money is low, well, damn, when my money's low, who the hell I'm gonna go to? I'm like, damn, I need some new friends, man. You know, that's where I was at the time. So I'm like, damn, smash the like button. So at some point, I'm like, yeah, something has to change, man. So I can't wait on the politicians to change or I can't even wait on the job to change. So what had to change was me. I had to change. So I made a decision to change. I made a decision that I had to do what I had to do to get out of that hole that I was in at the time. And that's when I started applying the principles in this book at the time. And it was a totally different approach that I learned at the time. And it didn't have anything to do with being a celebrity or being well known or, it was just about strategy and putting in the work. That's what it was really all about at the time. And I didn't even know what I was doing in the beginning, because like I'm saying, I'm learning from somebody else. So, this guy taught me how to speak, taught me how to write, taught me how to place ads, taught me how to place like newspaper ads, magazine ads, you name it. So I took all those skills and I brought them online. And because online is cheaper. It's cheaper to do things online. But the only, well, I don't know if you want to call it a problem, but the only thing about being online is a lot of people online today. Back in the day, wasn't a lot of people online like it is today. Some people would say online is oversaturated. And I was like, yeah, kind of, But back then it wasn't. But it's still cheaper to be online versus being offline. Offline, you have to spend money in most cases, or unless you're going to do some type of guerrilla marketing and something like that, But if that ain't the case, online you need money offline, unless you're going to, do some guerrilla type work, like in the trenches, and that's okay. But even still, then sometimes you might have to pay to play. It just depends on where you live, your profession, what you're trying to get into, But at the time, for me, it was direct sales. For me, it was direct sales at the time. That's what I was into, and I would say I was pretty successful for a couple years until they changed the pay plan on me. When they changed the pay plan on me, that kind of left me with a bad taste in my mouth. And then I kind of moved on, to bigger and better things. I ended up publishing 4 books on something total different thing. Didn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about today at all. So I ended up publishing 4 books. End up I would speak every once in a while in front of different audiences. I would I had another, and back then I had another YouTube channel back then that I started, and I've started probably 10 YouTube channels so far, and all of them on different topics, but the same concepts work. The same concepts work. Now, do you do those YouTube channels grow at the same rate? No. Do I have to adapt and do things different on every channel for it to grow? Yes. Do some videos go viral and some don't? Yes. But do I show up consistently? Yes. Yes, that's how it is, man. That's how it is. Do I think some of the YouTube channels get more views than others based on the topics in the videos or the channel? Yes. Yeah, all that stuff is true. Yes, all that stuff is true. There's certain channels, certain videos show up in the search engines based on what the video is about versus having a relationship channel. Yes, all that's true. Yes. You get more bang for your buck if you have a finance channel or some channel that's associated with income. Those channels tend to get more bang for the buck. The video gets promoted more. That's true. All that stuff is true. All that stuff is true. But you still can't let that stop you. I talk about that. Here a lot. Because I look at it like this. There's more than one ways to skin a cat, like my mom used to say. There's more than one ways to do everything. I've learned that there's a way around almost everything in life, just in general. You know what I'm saying? If someone tells you, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, there's more than one way. There's you can get around anything. Yeah, you can't let things stop you or hold you back. Because some people have their mindset is like this. If someone tells them they can't do something, they'll just lay down. Okay, I surrender. I give up. No, if someone tells you can't do something, okay, I might leave, but I'm going to come back later. I'm going to take a different route. I'm going to talk to a different person, etc. That's all. But I'm never going to give up. But see, a lot of people, they have I'm not going to say they have a bad mindset, but they don't have a right mindset, in my opinion. But see, I was raised never to give up. That's how I was raised. But I don't think most people were raised that way. Yeah. But hey, the good news is, well, are we good or bad, depending on how you see it, is we don't get to pick our parents. We don't get to pick who raised us. We don't get to pick where we were born and raised either. But we do get to pick on how we want to live our life and what we want to do with it. When we turn 18 or whenever you leave your parents' house, When you leave your parents' house or when you turn 18, whichever comes first, that's when it's on you now. It's on you. It's your turn. It's your show. It's your life. you know. So you have to take over your life. Because no one is going to live your life for you. And no one is ever going to care for your life as much as you. That's the truth. And if you don't believe me, keep living. You'll find out. But hey, like, share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel wherever you're on YouTube or LinkedIn. Follow me. Follow my channel on LinkedIn. Follow my channel on YouTube. And hey, don't forget, it's coming. July the 3rd. The Cockroach Marketer. You know, it's something that I've never seen a book written like this before. You know, that's me on the back. With my hair out. That's me on the back of my hair out. You know, obviously I don't have my hair out like that anymore, but hey, you know, that's me on the back, you know. But I've never seen a book written like this before, you know. And it's the principles and the strategies in this book is going to last forever. Forever, ever. Forever, ever. It's evergreen, like some people like to say, you know. But hey, that's all I got. Like, share this episode. Follow me on LinkedIn. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.